So this is the part where I would say I'm done putting this off, and let's go and find out how terrible this place is. It's not really all that bad. I've actually done this before. I had to scrap a attempt at this segment just because I went through the place too slowly and ended up at about 30 minutes of recording upon finishing it all, which I didn't really want to do because I wanted to get through this and then also go and have a look in the old chateau to finish the segment off, for reasons you'll discover close towards the end of the segment. So we're just going to bowl in here and hopefully get through this as quickly as we possibly can. Well, as long as we knock this over in like 25 minutes, we should be right. I don't think it'll take a huge amount of time to get through the old chateau. There's a couple of things I want to pick up from there as well, so I can sort of show those off before moving on to greener pastures, I guess, in the next segment. So that was Looker being a complete idiot. I was going to riff on him for exposing himself in front of all these galactic schmucks, but as it is a rule in Pokemon, everybody has tunnel vision, in which they can only see what's literally directly in front of them to a certain extent, depending on how good the person's eyesight is. So Looker's good. You're good. You can just sort of chill out there for a little bit and be about as useless as you always have been. Besides the time he gave you 1,000,000 Pokédollars at the end of the Ultra Beast mission in Sun and Moon. He was an absolute lad for that, but he was pretty useless otherwise. Yeah, okay, cool. Led with $3. So, this thing has swagger, and it's probably going to throw a swagger at me first up. No, it actually missed. I was making some kind of an observation that this guy opening up with swagger actually makes sense, just because this guy is like the blind conformist. I don't really know what you're doing, but I'm going to blindly follow it and be unwaveringly loyal to you and not actually have any thought for myself or anything like that. Just kind of an example of one of the things that's wrong with the frickin' planet today. But you know, he's a bit of an idiot. So, oh yeah, Drill Run. I believe this is exclusive to Gen. I think this was introduced in Gen 5. I think it was Gen 5, and it got implemented into this hack, and Rampart could get it. It's like 90 power, 95 accuracy, I think. So not quite as accurate as Bulldoze, but it's still pretty useful. I think it has a high crit rate or something like that. I know it has a secondary effect to it. Not that we're going to use it because Golbat is immune to it. Golbat, as we all know, is everybody's favorite cave trash Pokemon, unless you just like Zubat better. Most people will probably like Zubat better just because Golbat, on top of being cave trash, on top of being annoying, and on top, which it just involves it being fast and not allowing you to escape and doing shit like this, also has probably the ugliest Gen 1 sprites of all frickin' time. I would show it off, but I'm sure you can go and look it up. It's red and blue sprites. If you haven't already, then you've probably been living under a rock, because everybody would have seen it, with its frickin' tongue hanging out and all the saliva just sort of dripping off of it. It's just, yuck. Ugh. So, yeah, there's Thunderwave. Nothing can learn it on my team, which is unfortunate, but I've got 2 sleep-inducers on the team, although, that being said, 55 and 60 does not get my hopes up a huge amount. Okay, now, did I want to go with Tidal here? I think I actually wanted to go with Rampart. Yeah, I think I wanted to go with Rampart. Because this is the battle that took a freaking long-ass time on my first attempt. That's literally just because I barely used the speed-up key. Here I'm going to speed it up a little bit further. So, Ekans and Coughing must have all of our Rocket references. There's another Rocket ripoff they do later on, which I'll point out when that becomes relevant. Now, I forgot that the Ekans had Intimidate, so this Drill Run probably won't knock it out, although it is just an Ekans. So we'll see how this goes down. Oh, Might Bomb, okay. Alright, what's Drill Run going to do? Can we get that high crit rate? Well, it's not a high crit rate, but Intimidate did jack shit to Drill Run's capability of shredding Ekans into the middle of next week. Oh, and it just used... Okay. Coughing is, I only knew coughing to, like, spam sludge. I didn't know it could what the fuck burn. Alright, that makes things a hell of a lot easier. I believe the follow-ups here are going to be Stunky and Glameow. Which actually sucks, because I kind of needed Rampart. Damn it. Okay. So, yeah, there's Glameow, there's Stunky. Do I just want a Gyro Ball? Just Gyro Ball into Glameow, I guess. Bubble Beam into Stunky. Let's see how that goes down. Faint Attack's just kind of existing. Are you going to survive that? You are not. Okay. I guess we're going with Spearmint. Worst, I don't really see Stunky doing a whole lot, especially if I just Ice Shard. Just Ice Shard, Bubble Beam in the Glameow slot. Is that a knockout? Sweet. I should probably get Spearmint the hell out of there, though, because the last Pokemon that we have to be dealing with are a pair of Nidoran. I guess I could... I'll Ice Shard the Glameow. I'll just stick around. If this thing has Poison Jab, it has Poison Jab. I was already planning on healing it once I was done here anyway, so we're just going to stick with this pairing right here, and hopefully we don't have to resort to Bertha, although we probably are going to have to resort to Bertha, which technically makes this fight worse here than it was the first time around. Ice Shard onto Nidoran male, Bubbles for the female. Now, does Helping Hand wear off if the user of Helping Hand gets knocked out? Because that would be really nice. Okay, eat that. Poison Fang, badly poisoned. Okay, that's not too bad. Alright, knocked out. Sweet. I am just a kid, but I am still just flat out better than you. Well done. The one thing I learned throughout my first run through of this place is that Galactics, I mean, it only makes sense for them to be idiots for the most part, but these guys are really idiots. This guy's not a trainer. Well, not someone that you fight. I think the only person that you will actually fight on this floor is that person, plus that other dude with the cryo gun. I think we want to go up here first, though, because I think there's another, yeah, this one. This is, here we go. Oh, I know, this is the wrong person. I think I was mistaking this person for somebody else. What do you lead with? Oh, Houndour. Yeah. Not nearly a good matchup. Get out of there. Give Tidal a shot. Yeah, Tidal can take care of this. I never remember which of Houndour's attacking stats is the higher. I want to say it's special. I mean, I think it is like better as a special attacker anyway, just because it gets Nasty Plot. I'm not too sure if it has any like physical attack boosting moves on its set. I'm not too sure if it can get like Swords Dance or something like that. Okay, Beautifly. Now I remember this one. My instinct tells me to go into Rampart because I have Rock Tomb, which is quite effective against Beautifly. Beautifly outspeeds and has Mega Drain, which Rampart is quite weak to. We're not going into Rampart. It probably wasn't much better of an idea to go into Spearmint because it's probably got a bug move. Maybe like Bug Bite or something like that, but it'd be more like Silver Wind, wouldn't it? But we're going to hopefully tank a Silver Wind from this thing. Oh yeah, cover, that's a thing. Does that have a flinch rate? Is that the flinch? Well, if it was, then it didn't work out. I think Air Slash is the flinch, actually. Yeah, I'm pretty sure Air Slash is the flinch. Because you use Air Slash on something like Togekiss with Serene Grace to increase flinch rate. So yeah, Air Cutter should be the one with the high crit rate. But it did not succeed in its attempt to conquer my Spearmint. And then lastly is a Skorupi. Skorupi should not be a problem for Rampart to deal with. So let's go on in there and Rock Tomb that thing into oblivion. Yeah, you're dead. Alright, do I want to go back and heal? Let me have a look. I'll get this battle out the way just because I think this is the one I am thinking of. Oh yeah, here we go, here we go. So she stole it from a weak trainer, which obviously implies to me that the trainer she stole it from could not possibly put up any sort of a resistance. Perhaps I've been proven wrong? Let's see what this epic encounter will result in. Let's see how this goes down. I'm going to use Gyro Ball. And that did not do anywhere near as much damage as it really should have. Damn it. I feel like $3 a bit faster than it really should be. I mean, yeah. Faster than it really should be. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know why I questioned myself. But yeah, you can get out of here. Title cleaner. So yeah. Again, if you need any more evidence to support the idea that Team Galactic has probably the lowest collective IQ out of its members of all of the criminal teams, then there's your answer. I mean, Team Skull gives them a run for their money. Team Flare probably also gives them a run for their money. But yeah, I feel like the idea of a Team Galactic Grunt having like a level 30 something Wormpool is pretty much unforgivable. I think that's just probably I think that probably takes the cake right there. Also, here we have the Light Screen and Reflect TMs. I'm actually going to do something that I said I was probably going to do and then just didn't do. And I'm actually going to get rid of... here we go. Gonna get rid of Feint Attack. Feint Attack is pretty useless, if I had to be brutally honest. It's nice in that it never ever misses, but that barely ever comes up. Plus, on top of that, I'm going to be getting other dark moves on other team members eventually anyway, so I don't really need the dark move on this thing for the time being. There's nothing on Jupiter's team that's weak to darkness, so I'm just going to get rid of it. I'm going to go with the Light Screen, and that might benefit me a bit better in this matchup, although I think I'd like to try to be a bit more on the physical side of things. Okay, so... this dude, I can't remember what he leads with. I think we're right with going with a $3. Whatever. This should do the trick. So, here we have someone who has somewhat bluish hair, but it's not the, that shitty frickin' teal or whatever the hell it is that, everybody else in this building has. But he's still a member of Team Galactic. He's just, you know, one of the rare breed of the, like, intelligent people that are recruited by the criminal organization. In much a similar way to the whole scientist thing with that Team Rocket had. They had their own scientist class opposition for no adequately explored reason. They're just sort of... they exist... you'd think they would be harmless, and then they're just like, glory to Team Rocket, all hail Giovanni, or whatever the shit they're doing, and I'm just like, what? Yeah, okay, so Psycho Cut's annoying. I don't see myself knocking this thing out with one Bubble Beam. Okay, so Title's dead. We're just gonna plow through here, I guess. That's what we're gonna do. Metang. I remember knocking it out with Title last time. I can't knock it out with Title this time. This thing has Levitate, doesn't it? I'm gonna hope it has Clear Body. Okay, it's got Clear Body. That's cool. Go for another drill run, I guess. That'll do. And then Kadabra. Let's see if I can just spam my shard to knock this thing out. Oh, that's pretty good of you, Spearmint. Very good for tanking. Okay, let's get on back to the Pokemon Center, heal for one last time before we get our asses handed to us by Jupiter. Jupiter was the only genuinely difficult fight in this entire building, which makes sense. She's a galactic commander, but I did kind of scrape by the skin of my teeth. The funny thing was, though, I did not actually necessarily have to rely on Bertha to win the fight, because Bertha kind of got her ass handed. I had to send Bertha out a bit early in the fight, and then just kind of got my ass handed to me afterwards. Okay, so let's see here. We want to throw a save state. What was the save state I think I used? Yeah, slot 4 I used. I'm going to just roll over the top of it. And we'll give this a shot. I'm leading with $3, and hopefully this goes... If it goes about as well as it did last time, it'll take a while, but I will get the... I'll get the win anyway. I feel like I could have bowled in here with something as Death Flutter. Okay, so Golbat lead. I could go for a Light Screen here. I kind of don't really want to, just because she's going to be primarily physical based. She's got a Tangela which can attack specially, but no real reason to go with a Light Screen right now, so I'm going to try to put this thing to sleep. Can't remember what she went with to start the fight off last time. It certainly wasn't Confuse Ray. I was not aware that she had Confuse Ray until right now. And in a situation where I'm already at what I believe to be a pretty big disadvantage, the fact that I'm hitting myself in confusion is really not helping the cause. No. No. Thank you. Okay, so here I want to go with an extra sensory. Now, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage. Now, what I am expecting her to do here is I'm expecting her to switch out. Because I went with another extra sensory here. She switched out and she went into a Sableye, which is completely immune to extra sensory. So I feel like if I can get the Sableye down quickly, I could put up a Light Screen right now and then maybe render the Tangela completely useless. But I kind of want to damage the Sableye as quickly as I possibly can. There's also just the off chance that she may not actually switch Golbat out at all, and the Golbat just wakes up or something like that, and the game's just enough of an arsehole to do that to me. I'm going to try Gyro Ball. I'm going to hope that she switches. Okay, she switched out. And she's gone into the Sableye. Alright. Hooray for prediction. What does Gyro Ball do to this thing? Sweet fuck all. Sweet fuck all. Alright. How do I go about getting rid of this thing? It's like one of those things that's like, it has no weakness, but it's so small and shitty that you would think it would be shit, but it actually has pretty good defensive capabilities. I'm just going to let $3 take the hit here. Shadow Sneak. It used Shadow Sneak to knock out Bertha. Last time I actually couldn't even get the knockout on Sableye because of that stupid Shadow Sneak. And it actually managed to KO through Reflect. That's how bad that was. Rampart I want to keep. So I guess I'm just going to go into Spearmint as I look up Sableye's stats here. Yeah. That's a pretty big change. Okay, I'm looking at these stats. It's 85 attack up from 75, 95 defense up from 75, critical, for fuck's sake. I don't want to go into Bertha to deal with this thing. Not that it actually matters now that I think about it, because yeah, not that it actually matters now. Because I went in with Bertha early when I didn't want to, because I thought I would have to be dealing with Perugly, but I'm an idiot, and she's actually the one with the Scum Tank and not the Perugly. So we're going to go with the Reflect here. Shadow Claw is certainly a bit of a nuisance. But we can work with this. Let's see. It's actually got 85 special attack up from 65, and then 85 special defense up from 65. So this thing is actually just good. It's just kind of good. Let's see. Aerial Ace here. This is the problem. It's got that berry, which is why I should have used Bug Bite. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. Okay. Let me use a super potion here. I should have gone with the Bug Bite. It was holding a citrus berry. It would have only made sense to go with Bug Bite. It would have done the same amount of damage. Plus, it would have stolen the berry. I feel like such a dumbass now. And I was smart enough to do that against Gardenia's Tangela. That's what annoys me even more about it. Now, Jupiter wouldn't be an idiot and send in Tangela here. I mean, she could be. Oh no, there's the Golbat. How much health does the Golbat have left? I think it still has a decent chunk. It's still asleep though, so the strategy that I went with here was to go into Tidal, hope that this thing stayed asleep for long enough, and I would just kill it with Aurora Beam. I think I needed 2 Aurora Beams from this range to kill it. Okay, well there's the first one. Now, provided that Tidal survives whatever the hell this thing has to throw at it next turn, or crit works. Crit actually really helps. This is going to make things go down so much quicker, because all that's left is the Skuntank. Oh wait, no, I forgot about the Tangela. Tangela's fine though, I can just go in with a Bug Bite or what have you. Let's see. Let's go Bug Bite. Okay, cool. Tangela does have Shockwave, like Gardenia's one has, but it's able to get that out of the way really quick. Okay, now we've got the Skuntank to deal with. Skuntank died in, I think, 2 or 3 hits with Drill Run. It's got a berry of its own, so maybe I could have stayed in and tried the Bug Bite, but it's fine. Did not notice the seals on the Skuntank, showing it farting as it came out. That's great. Oh shit, Torment. I did not know it had Torment. That's actually annoying. Because Drill Run's the best move I can use against this thing, and I cannot use it multiple times in a row. Oh, the crit rate. I need to double check Drill Run, because I'm pretty sure it has a high crit rate, and I was lucky enough to get that high crit rate and get the one shot there. That worked out so much better. Awesome. Okay, let me quickly check this thing. Yeah, high crit rate. Managed to get that there. 80 power, 95 accuracy. I think I said 90 power earlier. That might have been in the previous attempt, so I'm not too sure. But now you know. Also, random Porygon. Let's go ahead and pick this thing up. Nope. Might as well have a look at it. Level 22. Does a thing. TG Eternabuildic. That's interesting. Download. Which one would you rather have? I think you'd rather have adaptability. I think adaptability, because that increases the stab bonus. Recover charge from single memory cycle. So if you wanted to use this on your team, it's got a decent moveset to start off with. That's okay. And over here is the secret key. The secret key in the original games is an event-only item that was handed out exclusively to Platinum, and I think the event took place around about the time it came out and only lasted a short period, after which it was not obtainable. In the Japanese Platinum, you could mix records with other friends and you'd be able to pass the... I think it was record mixing, I'm not too sure. You could either way, you could pass the secret key onto other people. Might have been mystery good, I'm not too sure, but yeah, there was a point there. You could give the mystery, you could share the key with other people after the event was done. For some inadequately explored reason, they removed this feature for the overseas versions. You're 129, aren't you? 135, 36, 37, 31, 30. Okay, yeah, that's the right spot. I'll have to pull you back out to breed you, because I'm pretty sure you can't find Porygon in the wild. You might be able to get it from like the game corner or something like that, but have I healed? No, I've not. Probably should go and heal before I check out the old chateau. Let me actually show off the key in my backpack, this bloody thing. So, instead of actually, you know, using it like an actual key, it just emits a signal and opens a door that way. So that's pretty good. You could have just made it into a key card or something like that, but no, it looks like an actual key. You insert it into a door lock, you turn the door and you open it, except that's not what it does. Not too sure, but yeah, you couldn't share it with people in the overseas versions of the game, so if you missed out on the event, then too bad, you don't get it. Obviously, because this is a self-contained ROM hack, we have to take stuff like that and implement it in some way into this game so it's easily obtainable. So they just put it into the same building that it is used in. And what is it used for? Well, it's used for something that we can find in this building. But first thing I want to do is go and explore. Old Gateau is a good thing to pick up, except I don't think I actually wanted to pick that up yet. Let me have a look. I think I can have something hold this for the time being. See if I can actually trigger the event. So I'll just leave that there, because there's another thing I wanted to show off. Is it in this room? Yeah, there's just people here now. Okay. If you're snowboarding on the beach and all 4 of your wheels fall off, how many pancakes does it take to cover a doghouse? And the answer is purple, because ice cream has no bones. Anyhow, hello Duskull. I'm about to catch you. No, not with Premier Balls. With Pokeballs. Thank you. I kind of didn't want you in the party, though. Wanted something else. That's fine, I can just go and take care of that one for that. Okay, Ghastly, yeah, I might as well pick you up. No, I don't think I want to. That's, it's a very cool way to implement, creepiness into this, place, because it is a haunted house, it's supposed to be creepy. Let me lead in with something that's a little bit faster. And then over here... We just have Stygo dressed up like a frickin' maid, and she gives you a second Old Gateau. Normally, there's only one of these in the game, and it is that first one that I picked up in that side room. But the Old Gateau is actually needed for an event later on in the playthrough, and so having a second one is always nice. I actually kind of wonder, if I give this Old Gateau to one of my Pokemon to hold and I talk to her again, will I get another one? Because that might actually be cool to farm for Old Gateaus. Because Old Gateaus are literally... They're literally full heals. So having access to a bunch of those before being able to buy full heals is pretty good. Is there anything in the trash cans? Must always check out trash cans. A habit that was instilled to the elder of us players from Red, Blue, and Yellow. What's in here? Yeah, let me in. Is there anything? No? I think that's referring to something that can occupy motors. No idea what that could possibly be. None at all. And then here's the set of rooms that each have their own separate encounter table. Oh, another Old Gateau. Okay, that's kind of cool. One of these, I believe, there's like this feature with Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, and that is if you have one of the Gen 3 games in the second slot of the DS console, you'd be able to encounter some other unique wild Pokemon that you wouldn't be able to run into otherwise. One of the rooms in here, if you have, I think, Emerald in the in the second slot, it might be any of the Gen 3 games, but one of the rooms, if you have the dongle feature, if you're using the dongle feature, you can run into Wild Gengar, which is pretty cool. Before we talk a little bit further about Gengar, let's prepare ourselves for this little spot that we're about to find ourselves in. Let's lead with Spearmint. That sounds like a good idea. Let's also throw a save state. Slot 5 will do the trick. Now, I believe that this is an event that could only be done during the nighttime normally, but here you can do it at any time of the day. So we bash this television. Legendary music. Why? I have no idea. And here's Rotom. Contrary to what the music might suggest, Rotom is actually not a legendary Pokemon. It was in Gen 4 regarded as a rarer than usual Pokemon, but it is by absolutely no means a legendary. So let's go ahead and see if we can weaken this thing enough with some Ice Shards. See how this goes. I think we can fit in another one of those. Thing with Uproar is when a Pokemon is locked into Uproar, it can't actually go to sleep. But because I've got Soundproof, I'm immune to Uproar, and so its immunity to sleep is countered by my immunity to the sleep immunity inducer. That's actually kind of awesome. Double Team, not so much, because Grass Whistle is already pretty inaccurate as it is, and having it be even more inaccurate is just begging for punishment. Okay, Rotom has a catch rate of 45 if my memory serves me correctly, so even in this state it probably won't be the easiest thing to catch, but we might be lucky. Cool. Now, I'm not too sure here. Let me actually check the special events, because it's implied to me that you can do this over and over. Like, you can do it once per day, but you can get infinite Rotoms. That would be pretty cool to be able to do that, because it would mean I wouldn't have to go and breed for other Rotoms if... Well, it would mean that you wouldn't have to breed for other Rotoms if you wanted to use a Rotom. I actually was planning on using a Rotom in this playthrough, but I decided against it just because I used it in... Oh. Hi. I guess we might as well see what's in here first. Oh, Substitute. That's a pretty cool TM to have. I'm not too sure if it's something that I'd be necessarily keen to have. Let's see. The event is now repeatable and can be done at any time of the day. That implies to me that you can get multiple Rotoms from this event, which would be pretty cool. So, I believe this event, though, can only be done once. And you do this by talking to this weird image. And it tells you that apparently the temperature in the room has dropped a significant amount. We're just going to go ahead and throw another save state here. No reason whatsoever. I'm just being a bit paranoid at this stage. Touché, Ghastly. Piss off, will you? So yeah, about the Gengar. Hi. You don't need to raise a Ghastly up if you don't want to. You can just catch this thing. Let's ignore the ridiculous amount of speed that this thing has and just keep spamming Ice Shard, shall we? Gengar, I don't think has a whole lot of defense though. I mean, I guess it has enough that I can maybe throw another Ice Shard at it. But that's pretty cool. I do like how they take the dongle feature of allowing you to find Wild Gengar and then make it into an event for this hack. That's pretty cool. Oh boy, Smog. I understand that Ghastly would be a poison type just because it's a ball of gas, but I'm not too sure what the go is with Gengar and Haunter being poison types. I mean, I don't even understand the idea of Gengar and Haunter being gas types in Prism. Like, again, it's one of those things, it makes sense for Ghastly to be a gas type in Prism, but Haunter and Gengar aren't really gas Pokemon. I mean, I guess Haunter slightly is, but Gengar, not so much. Alright, can I get the Hypnosis in? Yes, I can. Can I first ball this thing like I did the Rotom? I believe it has the same catch rate. Nope. I came pretty damn close to doing it, but it did not succeed. Okay, great success. We have ourselves a Gengar. We do not have ourselves a Haunter. I'm pretty sure you can find Wild Haunter in here. But I'm going to go ahead and finish the segment by showing off one last little feature, and it has to do with Rotom. You've already worked this out by now if you've played this game before. But I'm going to quickly run back, hopefully not run into any more wild Pokemon or any more roadblocks, because I'm already pretty close to 36 minutes recording time, and I'd like to maybe avoid that as much as I possibly can. 92, 94, you can get in the party, and then you're what, 355? You're right there. Cool. Let me switch back to this box. Alright. So now that's out the way, we get to go back into the Eterna building. And we want to head on over here. Interact with this random patch of wall. And it will open this up. Let's have a look in here. And here are the appliances for Rotom to jump into and occupy its forms. So we're going to go ahead and use the microwave oven as a test. And upon entering, it's trying to learn Overheat. Overheat is a very good move to have. I'm going to get rid of Uproar for it, because that's the move I would certainly be getting rid of if I was going to be using this thing on the team. Although you probably will see Heat Rotom at some point in this playthrough. Hello. Okay. Yeah. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. What is it with old people and being completely unable to shut up? Drake does the same freaking thing. He has like one of the longest post-battle dialogue rants of any Elite Four member. And that's just Elite Four members, it's not even counting the champion. Anyhow, here's Heat Form Rotom. You will notice that it is not Electric Ghost, as it is obligated to be normally in Gen 4 games. It instead carries the typing that it has from Black and White onwards, where instead of being Ghost, it takes on a secondary type that is relevant to the appliance that it is occupying. So here it is a Fire type. And so for the other types, we have a Fan, which turns it into a Flying type. It has Levitate normally, so a Flying type with Levitate is clearly something you want to add to your team. We have a Refrigerator, which turns it into an Ice type. A Washing Machine, which turns it into a Water type. The Wash Rotom was the form that I used in Storm Silver, if you saw that playthrough. And then there is the Lawnmower, that turns it into Mow Rotom, which is part Grass type. And I can't even remember if I said Wash Rotom was Water, but yeah, there you go. As for this thing, the Fan Rotom, it has, I believe, the Motor Drive ability. It had that in Sacred Gold Storm Silver. I'm not too sure if it carries over to Renegade Platinum or not, but that's that. That's everything I have to show in regards to Rotom. I am going to go ahead and just sort of drop you there, and maybe I'll put you back into the oven if you're, your nature's not very good. So maybe sometime in the future I'll grab another Rotom. Hopefully it's a good nature, and it'll occupy that. And you might see at some point in the playthrough when I'm trying to do like the Overworld Arceus Plate side quest thing. But for the time being, I'm nearly 40 minutes into this recording. My voice has torn itself to shreds, and I need to stop recording and upload this thing. So, next time we're going to be getting our 6th and final team member and making a little bit of progress towards Hardhome City. I will see you for that.